The Rangers split with Houston. This is the roundup. What is going on, Ranger fans? How we doing? Happy Monday to you. It's a soggy one here in North Texas. Been storming. Seems like all weekend. I don't know when it's going to stop. I think it's going to roll a couple more storms this afternoon and then sunshine, baby. Yeah. Happy Monday to you. Anyways. Yeah. Houston's in town. The dreaded, the hated. I can't stand Houston. I don't even like their fans either. I didn't like them much then, and I effing hate them now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Houston was here. You know, they're a good team. Rangers and them were tied. I think they were a game back or a game and a half back on the Mariners. Entering this series, you're like, let's just. I did say that I would take a split. That I would happily take a split, but you know, when you have the series win in your hand, it's Sunday afternoon. Already played 7 innings. You're like, series win, baby. Here we go. And then it just gets dashed. And you're left there just looking at the TV like, Jesus. And you had to watch it on Roku TV. I had to download Roku. Well, so I have 2 Roku TVs in the old podcast room. And then the rest of my house are Fire TVs. Except for like a Samsung. I got a Samsung running around here somewhere. But anyways, yeah, so I downloaded it. It wasn't that difficult, and I do miss some of the channels that are on there, so it's fine. I'll take it. So anyways, let's get into it. Rangers hosting the Houston Astros. This is a 4-game series, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Thursday, pitching duel, baby. I mean, it was insane. Astros, 0 runs, 5 hits, 0 errors. Rangers, 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error. DeGrom gets the win. It was DeGrom Day, folks. He's 4-1, 2.29 ERA. Brown gets his second loss of the season, 6-2 with a 1.43 ERA. Armstrong gets his second save of the season, 2.89 ERA. I mean, come on now. Your player of the game is DeGrom. 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 7 strikeouts, had a walk. And then Brown was one of your second performers because he threw 8 innings as well. Berger, your third top performer, 2 for 3, home run, RBI, and a run. Sorry, I got someone in the room. She's making me nervous. I feel like she's standing right over my shoulder. Anyways, Jake Berger hit a dinger in 6th inning. Line drive to right center field. It sounded like this.
All right, here's Jake Berger, who lined out softly to Christian Walker his first time up.
Brown's 1-1 offering, and that is in the air. Right center field.
Just back.
Well, though. It's gone. Bye-bye, right into the bullpen.
Yeah, man. Dropped it right in there like a bucket. Pope Berger delivers again. That was the only run of the game. Obviously, the only home run of the game. Total bases 7-8 in favor of the Rangers. No stolen bases. Astros left 7 on versus the Rangers 2. And then again, Rangers had the lone error of the game. I mean, what can you say? DeGrom is just. He's pitching great. He really is. Now the bullpen's a little shaky. Seems a little shaky. But yeah, I mean, when I was sitting there watching, I was like, are they going to let him keep going? And they let 8 innings. That's old school. That's 90s baseball right there. It seems like I can't remember the last time I saw a pitcher go. And but yeah, gave up 5 hits. Had 7 strikeouts. Gave up 1 walk. Dudes, it's like I know I sound ridiculous every time I come on here and I gush over the pitching, but it's been so long. Right. So anyways, they get the win, and you're kind of like, okay, well, is this going to be like a pitch and duel the entire series? And that's not so much the case. Friday night, everybody, the sticks got going, but the Astros end up beating the Rangers 6-3. They put up 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 error. Rangers 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Things got going in the second. Jonah Heim singles on a live drive and knocks in Josh Young and Evan Carter. So you're like, okay, when they score first, that's usually a good thing. And then the Astros put up 6 in the 7th. What are you going to do? What are you going to freaking do? Eovaldi's one your top performers, a 5 2/3 innings to give up 2 hits, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Then Josh Young, 2 for 4, a home run, RBI, and 2 runs. Both teams had a home run apiece. Astros had 13 total bases versus the Rangers 8. 2 stolen bases for the Rangers. 8 left on for the Astros and versus 5 for the Rangers. And then the Astros had the only error there. So yeah, bullpen came in, coughed it up, and that was about it. But yeah, the bottom of the ninth, like, okay, let's see what happens. And Josh Young hits a dinger. It's a solo shot. But yeah, Ort gets his first win of the season. He's got a 2.08 ERA. He's 1-0. And Armstrong got his first loss. He's 1-1 with a 4.82 ERA. But yeah, that's essentially what happened. I mean, it just Eovaldi, like I said, threw 5 2/3, only gave up 2 hits, walked 3, had 5 strikeouts. He's got a 1.61 ERA, folks. I mean, come on. Milner came in, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned. And then Armstrong gave up 4 runs, 4 earned runs, had 2 walks and then gave up a home run. So it just, man, when it implodes, it does. It just is. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Wasn't having fun on Friday night, if you were wondering. You're just sitting there, you're like, okay, it's close game, and then you're just like, shit, man, what are we doing here? What's even happening? So anyway, moving on to the Saturday night. This was fun to watch. We were out at, where were we? Boomer Jacks? We were at Boomer Jacks hanging out with friends, family. Stars were on, so we had the Stars on the main screen there, the big screen, the audio on, and then so I was sitting there having a side eye the Ranger game, but luckily I was facing 2 TVs that were side by side, so I got to watch them both. Anyways, it was Malley night. He gets the win here. Rangers win 5-1. Astros put up 1 run on 5 hits, had 3 errors. It was a sloppy game for them. And then the Rangers 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Malley 5th win of the season. He's 5-1 with a 1.47 ERA. Blanco's 3-4, 4.10 ERA. So really, it wasn't much doing. The Astros broke the seal. They got things going in the top of the first. You're like, geez, already here we go. But then bottom of the third, Wyatt Langford singles on a ground ball. Which scored there's a throwing error by Pena. Man, he sailed the hell out of that ball. And but anyways, yeah, it's pretty good stuff. Jock Peterson is your player of the game. He went 1 for 2, a homer, 2 walks, 2 RBIs. Obviously, he's one of your top performers. Scored a run as well. Malley threw 6 innings, gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, and Langford went 2 for 4, homer, 2 RBIs, run, and a stolen base, excuse me. Normally, I'd play you some audio from this game, but since I didn't hit play, I'm going to get hit with an ad, so we're not doing that. Rangers had 2 home runs versus Astros, none, 0, goose egg, no homers, 14 total bases in favor, 14-6 in favor of the Rangers. Rangers had the only 2 stolen bases, the only stolen bases of the game, 2-0. Left on 8 versus the Astros 7. As you can hear, I'm struggling. 3 errors for the Astros, none for the Rangers. There we go. It's tough to get through these sometimes. And then you have a million tabs open, so you're sitting there looking at what the hell you're going to do. Anyways, Malley threw 6 innings, gave up 1 run, 1 earned run, only 2 walks, had 3 strikeouts. He's got a 1.47 ERA now, as I mentioned before. Webb came in and threw an inning, had 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Martin threw an inning, nothing doing, just took care of business. Garcia threw an inning, nothing doing, took care of business, and that's what you like to see out of the bullpen and your closers. That's how it should be. So not giving up 6 runs or 5 runs or 8 runs in the 8th inning, the 9th inning, stuff like that causes mayhem in your own house. So anyways, moving on to the Sunday game, it was like it was 11:55 or 12:05 start time. I can't remember, but it was a beautiful, soggy day to just lay around and do nothing. And that's what we did. So I laid around, watched some hockey, watched some baseball, but I woke up, was like, you know what? After a late night, it's like, I'm just going to sit here and watch some baseball. Baseball starts in like 15 minutes. Let's see what's doing. And it was fine until the 8th inning. Then you're like, ugh. And it's like you're sitting there watching, like, I have a terrible feeling about this. Anyways, Astros win 4-3. Valdez gets his 3rd win of the season. He's 3-4 with a 3.57 ERA. Garcia gets his 2nd loss of the season, 1-2 with a 1.77 ERA. Hader, 11th save of the season, 1.80 ERA. Rangers get things going in the bottom of the 4th with a young single, which scores Haggerty, and then Jonah Heim, he little sac fly, scores Wyatt Langford. Berger singles and knocks in or actually moves the Young scores, Simeon to 3rd, whatnot. But then you're just like, okay, let's see what happens here. And 7th inning, Astros, they hit a solo shot. Diaz homers, and then Paredes, he homers in the top of the 8th. It just later had a great. He did good. He threw 7 innings. He had a no-hitter going. He was your only Ranger top performer. Threw 7 innings, gave it 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, 2 homers in favor, 2-0 actually in favor of the Astros for home runs. Total bases 10-7 for the Astros. 3 stolen bases for the Rangers, none for the Astros. Rangers left 6 on. Astros 3, no errors, clean sheet. And but yeah, I mean, I was quite shocked how good Leiter was pitching. Now, there was a lot of questionable balls and strikes. Houston's, head coach, There's a manager. The manager got tossed, and like it seemed like the third inning or second. It was early. It seemed like, and but there was some questionable calls towards the end that should have struck someone out, and then the inning continued, and that's where the home run came from. But what are you going to do? Yeah, lighter. 7 innings, give up 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, only 2 walks, had 4 strikeouts, but he did give up that homer. And but yeah, 4.25 ERA, and then yeah, it sucks. What are you gonna do? Garcia comes in, walks, gives up a home run, give up a walk, give up a home run, gives up a hit. Blah blah blah. I don't know. As excited as I was before, I'm not excited now, as you can hear it. So, split after 2 games. I mean, it's a division rival, but you're at home. You split, whatever. You better split when you go down to Houston. That's what I say. Because if you're losing the series in Houston, what a pain in the ass. Rangers, they're still in 3rd place. They're tied with the Houston Astros, 2.5 games back against the Seattle Mariners. Behind the Seattle Mariners. Rangers are 25 and 23, .521 on the win percentage, which is good. You're above 500, 2.5 games back there, but 7-3 in your last 10. That's awesome. You're on a one, you lost your last one, so you're not on like a winning streak, lose streak. You're still +1 on the runs scored versus runs allowed differential. It's always important. 17-10 at home, 8-13 on the road, 10-15 versus teams that are above 500. And let's just say those last 2 stats are they're terrifying because you are going up to New York to take on the Yankees. You got 3 games up there. It says tomorrow. I thought they were going to play tonight. That's the reason I was like, I'm going to get this thing hammered out. But yeah, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against the number 1 team in the AL East. But then you get to go to Chicago for the White Sox for 3 games, which would be nice. I'll try to do a recording. You know what? I'll have to do it Thursday night then. And try to drop it Friday morning because yeah. Usually I'm at the house on Thursday. So, but yeah, I mean, where's the standings? Okay, Yankees are 27-19, 5 games up on the Sox, 5 games up on the Blue Jays in the AL East, 7-3 in their last 10, +90 on runs scored versus runs allowed differential. So expect some fireworks. 15-9 at home, 12-10 away, 13-11 against 5 teams above 500. So it's going to be tough sledding. It's going to be tough sledding for the Rangers. And so they already released the pitching matchups. Tuesday, 6:05 Central Time. Patrick Corbin versus Will Warren. Lefty versus righty. Corbin's 3-2 with a 3.35 ERA, 29 strikeouts. Will Warren is a righty. He's 2-2, 4.61 ERA, and 50 strikeouts. So that's going to be an interesting game to say the least. I think if you're going to talk fireworks and talk, where a score we can get some runs, it'll be that game. Then you got Wednesday, 6:05 pitch time. Righty versus lefty. Jacob deGrom taking on Ryan Yarbrough. deGrom 4-1, 2.29 ERA, 53 strikeouts. And Yarborough's 1-0, 3.70 ERA, and 20 strikeouts. Come on, just need deGrom to just keep pitching lights out. We need you. Thursday's an early game, 11:35 start time. Eovaldi taking on Carlos Rodon. Eovaldi's 4-2 with a 1.61 ERA, 65 strikeouts. Rodon is 5-3 with a 3.17 ERA and 72 strikeouts. So you might have yourself a couple pitching duels, but then one where it could get out of hand. I'm okay with that, but I don't know. I kind of wonder what kind of approach they're going to take against Judge. Someone mentioned the other day on the MLB Network that is it time to start treating Aaron Judge like Barry Bonds? And it was a unanimous yes across for the whole panel. I think if there's no one on, sure, pitch to him. If you got 1 guy on, 2 guys on, or even bases loaded, I think you walk him there. I think you just put him on. That's just me. And I guess we'll see how if he continues. The guy's amazing at baseball. Anyways, we did have some injuries over the weekend. Some people hit the IL. Your latest on the injuries: right-handed pitcher Chris Martin, right shoulder discomfort. He's TBD to be determined. Martin threw 1 pitch on May 18th before being removed from the game with a shoulder discomfort. He will be reevaluated in the coming days. This is updated last of yesterday, May 18th. Outfielder Evan Carter, right quad strain. He's 10 days IL retroactive to May 17th. He's expected to return early June. Carter was scratched from the lineup on May 17th and placed on an injured reserve list on May 18th. Did I just say May 18th twice? He was scratched on the May 17th game, placed on the IL at May 18th. There you go. grade 2 right quad strain. Scan showed the injury is worse than expected, so Carter will miss at least 2 weeks. Probably going to be a little bit longer. Let's be honest. Early June, I think, is be the absolute earliest. You might be looking mid-June. Let's be honest. Now Corey Seager's supposed to be coming back late May. Need him back. And let's see what else happened here. Yeah, May 18th, Evan Carter placed on 10-day IL. May 15th, right-hand pitcher Cole Winn recalled from AAA Round Rock. Caleb Bushley optioned to Round Rock, and that's really big. That's about it. I don't know if there's no really any other updates or anything like that going on. And with it being out of town, obviously no promotional nights, no promotional tickets. But looking ahead to May 27th, they're back. It's Bruce Bochy World Series Parade bobblehead night, first 15,000 fans. Of course, it's on a Tuesday. I don't think it's one of those nights where you have to buy a separate ticket. I think it just goes to the first 15,000 fans. Now, theme nights, promotional nights, and things like that, you have to have a different ticket for it, right? And like Monday, May 26th is Power Ranger night. They have some Power Ranger jerseys. They look kind of cool. You got to buy your tickets for that, though. That's it's going to be a 3:05 time on a Monday. Monday, 3:05? That can't be right. Unbelievable. And then later in June, they got some other things going on. We're not going to look that far ahead. So, but yeah, there you go. I mean, Rangers ended up splitting. Starting pitching's lights out. The bullpen's getting dodgy. Some nights the sticks are there. Sometimes the sticks aren't. Starting in June, we'll start looking at rankings as far as how the Rangers are comparing to other teams. I know we looked at it earlier with because it was just more of a laugh when you're just kind of chuckling up about how bad the hitting is and whatnot, but how great the pitching is. So we'll get back to that in June. That'll be 2 full months of of stats and things like that, where it's it's a little bit got a bigger sample size, obviously, but that'll do it. Enjoy your day off, and then be sure to again tune in 6:05, and 11:35 for the Yankees game. They're up in they still play in the Bronx. Where the hell do the Yankees play now? You don't know? I'm pretty sure it's the Bronx. Anyway, who cares? I've never been to that stadium. Never went to the old Yankee Stadium either. That's one thing I wish I would have done, was went to the old Yankee Stadium. I do like the new one. I did notice that they had like their popcorn buckets was their stadium, which was real cool. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. And let's go Rangers. I'll see y'all next week or later this week. God, let's go Rangers.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!
Thanks for listening to the Roundup.